Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to bring up a topic that I thought would be interesting. In a recent, panel at a convention, or they had a screening of Batman v Superman, Zack Snyder had some words to say for people that criticized his Batman that kills. If you don't remember in Batman v Superman, Batman is a very violent character in that movie. That was one of the complaints people had about his take on the character. Even though most people did think his character was practically the best representation character-wise, aside from the killing. Everything else seemed to be spot on. That's why people really liked Ben Affleck's take on Batman in that movie. But he told people, for people that don't think that their heroes kill, I'm just paraphrasing it, they should wake the F up. And it got me thinking, well, okay, first of all, when we go to these movies, this is a tweet I saw from somebody that was kind of replying back to an article about this. First of all, when we go to the movies, we go there to escape, to imagine our heroes that could be better than we are. And to that extent, I get that. But I also understand where Snyder might be coming from. He just didn't use the right words, I feel. If you do go back and look at the very early comics of the character of Batman, Batman did kill in the beginning. He did let his enemies die. So that's one aspect. And let's not think that Zack Snyder is the only director that made the choice of letting Batman let his enemies die. Michael Keaton, his take on Batman, the Tim Burton movies, both Batman and Batman Returns, back in the early 90s, he let his villains die. The Joker got killed, the Penguin got killed. Hell, Batman even put a bomb. He gave one of Penguin's henchmen a bomb in Batman Returns and let them explode. So the Michael Keaton Batman is a killer. Then we also have Val Kilmer's Batman. Now some people are going to say, that's the watered down Batman. What did he kill? He killed Two-Face. He threw the coins up in the air and let Two-Face fall to his death. So in some ways, yeah, Batman murdered Two-Face in Batman Forever. So why do people crap on Zack Snyder's take on Batman killing, but not the other ones from the past? Okay, no one really talks about the Val Kilmer one because, well, it wasn't a great movie anyways. But okay, well, what about the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton takes on Batman? Why do those ones not get as much crap for having Batman kill than Zack Snyder's take? Some people I know in the past, I have seen a few that have in the past when IMDb used to have message boards, there were some people who did complain about that, but I'll agree with Zack Snyder. It wasn't to the extent that he's been getting. And then you have to wonder, well, okay, wait a minute, you don't want your heroes to kill. But then again, you guys, I'm presuming most of the audience is the same audience that watches Deadpool, or Blade, or The Punisher, or Daredevil. Well, I don't know if Daredevil kills. He might have killed in the beginning, but then obviously that was the character development and growth. And who says this wasn't the beginning of the character development for Zack Snyder's take on Batman? We did see Batman radically change, sort of, in Justice League, but that could have, as Zack Snyder states in the at this convention or this place, he does state that they did lighten Justice League up due to the complaints they got for Batman v Superman and how dark it was, and they don't want to scare people for Justice League, which is fine. Maybe Batman v Superman was a little bit too dark though, but yeah, it brings me back to all these other heroes that get a pass for doing what they do, but Batman, because we're so used to the more modern day idea of Batman, specifically in the Dark Knight trilogy, we get this idea that Batman should not kill. When not every version of the character has always had that rule. For myself, it always depends on what the director wants to do. I always let the director decide, what kind of Batman are you giving us? If he kills, he kills. If he doesn't kill, then he doesn't kill. As long as the director stays consistent with that character, I think we should allow the director, or the writers even, to do what they want creatively for the story. I mean, let's see. Maybe one day he will realize the errors of his ways of killing people and want to be better than that. Maybe at one point he was. And remember, this was a more grizzled Batman who's been through war throughout the years, right? And he's tired, and maybe this was something that we would learn later on, that he's given up, and that's why he's gone more harder on his enemies. We won't know that now because Zack Snyder was never able to fulfill his plan of this Justice League trilogy that he really wanted to do. So, with that being said, look, I want to bring up this discussion, and everything I said, like, comment below and tell me your thoughts on this. Why were you mad about Zack Snyder? If you were one of those people, why were you mad about Zack Snyder having Batman kill? While you let others... I'm pretty sure you're someone that also doesn't mind Deadpool and Blade and some of the other ones that I mentioned. Why do those ones get a pass when Batman doesn't? Why can't we just accept the vision that the directors have? Any director, it doesn't have to just be Zack Snyder. Whatever rules he sets in place for his story, why can't we just let the director tell his story and see where he goes? Because if he continues having Batman to kill, I mean, that's his way of doing Batman. That's what he thinks Batman should be doing. That's his idea of an anti-hero. Maybe he views Batman not as a superhero. Maybe he views Batman as an anti-hero. Someone who's putting on the mask to fight for justice, yes, but go to the extremes to do it. I don't know. There's many ways you could have looked at his take of Batman. All I know is that Batman is supposed to be this shadowy figure that criminals are supposed to fear. And I'm going to tell you what, Ben Affleck, he was the first Batman that I thought to myself, I don't want to cross him in a dark alley. So I think Zack Snyder and Ben Affleck chose the right path to take that character. But look, what's done is done. And I'm leaving that here and for other people to continue on this discussion among themselves. But please be respectful if you're going to. Throw me your 2 cents on all this. Do you agree with Zack Snyder, or do you agree with the other half that think Zack Snyder should have just made a Batman that doesn't kill? With that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, especially if you're a huge fan of DC or Marvel or superheroes in general. I love it all. And with that being said, take care.